Hi there, my name is George B. Thomas. This video is for adults and it'll be probably about 10 minutes. So if you don't have that much time, come back to another time or just simply pass. Because you know you're right. Yeah, you're right. You're right about all sorts of things. You're right about you. You're right about yourself. Because we're all right. And we prove to ourselves we're right by the circumstances around us and by what we manifest, what we create based on what we think. We prove ourselves right by the circumstances we attract into our lives, by the evidence that proves to us that we're right. If a person believes themselves to be accident prone, they will have accidents, proving that they're accident prone. If you think, well, I always get sick in the summer, I always get a cold around the mid of June, then you probably will. Whether you're in an absolutely hermetically sealed environment with no germs anywhere near you or not, because the mind is powerful. You and I, my sibling, are very powerful beings. Very, very powerful beings. I want to tell you that by the law of magnetic attraction, birds of a feather flock together. And it's no less true for a flock of birds than it's for folks in socioeconomic conditions. What do you mean, George? I mean that if you believe yourself to be in the underclass or lacking or living paycheck to paycheck, that's what you'll do. Hello? If you believe yourself to be X, whatever it is, then that's the way you are. And you're right. And you will continually prove yourselves right by the experiences that you have, by the set of circumstances that show up in your life. We prove ourselves right by what we do, and you can change on purpose. And the point of this video is, each of you have a unique set of references. Even identical twins raised in the same household will have different perspectives. And each of us has a different perspective, and ours is the right one. Well, I'm on the left. Well, I'm on the right. Well, my perspective is right. Well, my perspective is right. From my perspective, I'm right. Well, couldn't you see that what I'm telling you is the truth? Well, that's the truth for you. Give all that a rest a moment. My point, we can change. We can have a healthier, wealthier, happier circumstance in our life as a way of life, as a habitual way of being, by focusing and thinking on purpose, by changing what you think. Because a belief is just a thought you keep on thinking. A belief is something that you believe because you've thought it enough times. This video is made in December of 2014. And I'll tell you a story. I said at the beginning, this is for adults. We lived in the Heights growing up. I believed in Santa Claus when I was a small child. We didn't even have a fireplace. Yeah. Serious. The point of this video is to help you understand you can improve your circumstances by incrementally changing what you think. We know if I told you you can go to the gym and exercise every day for 30 minutes, you do that for 3 or 4 weeks, you're going to find you have better muscle tone. Well, of course, everybody knows that, George. Of course you know that. And you can fix your mind in a similar fashion. You can think happier thoughts. You can see things for which to be grateful. You can begin to appreciate beauty as you never have before. Your whole life can change. Everything about you will change. And then you will begin to, by law of magnetic attraction, draw into your life the things that prove to you that you're right. You know, this new way of looking at things, my, what a beautiful day. What if it's raining? My, what a beautiful day. It will happen automatically because just as you can increase your happiness set point, I reference the work of Marcy Shimoff, you can revise your health set point, where you're routinely healthier than you used to be. Your accident proneness can just go away, where, you know, I used to be accident prone. I remember growing up thus and such and the other thing. And the way to do it is to incrementally change what you think. Think on purpose. Now, experiences help. Okay? Experiences help tremendously. And there's going to be a commercial here. I choose to ask you to have the experience of something different. Feeling something different, sensing something different. Find yourself a matrix energetics practitioner, okay? Find yourself a competent, ethical, integrous, honest, truthful hypnotist. I put all that in front of the things because it doesn't take much to learn how to hypnotize people, but it does take something to be integrous. and integrity is of awesome importance. Okay, 4 powerful things in the universe I've mentioned many times: love, intent, emotion, imagination. Experiences can help you recontextualize. If you go through an experience in 10 or 15 minutes and you go, whoa, that's never happened to me before, I didn't know this was possible, then that allows you to begin to believe that it is possible. And guess what? All things are possible, really. All things? Yes, all things. Well, do you mean stop? No, I didn't say all things are probable. All things are likely. I did not say that, nor is that written. But all things are possible. And if you will decide that you would like a better life, better circumstances, better health, more cash flow, whatever it is that you want, and ask for it, ask and it'll be given. Yeah, well, I tried that before. I tried positive thinking. I tried this. I tried that. Da, 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 da. I haven't been successful up until now. Your 3 magic words that we try to tell everybody up until now. Why would you assign your future to be just a repetition of what you've already done? Why would you presume that things can't get any better? Well, things are pretty good right now, George. I mean, I'm healthy. I'm not in debt. I mean, things are going great, wonderful for you. Do you presume they can't get any better? Well, I don't know, because somehow I've just got this idea that if things are going really well, I better watch out because something bad's going to happen to help balance it out. Nonsense. Bovineification. That's not required. One of the books I recommend is called Ye Are Gods by Annalise Guerin. And in it, she talks about the idea and the truth that came to her when she read and finally understood something from the Bible. The idea that the Christ learned obedience by the things that he suffered. We've heard that. Our Catholic friends believe that suffering is required. You really need to be you need to suffer. You need to be in poverty. You need to be in lack. You need to put everybody else ahead of yourself. These are incomplete teachings, and it's useful to you recontextualize. The point she learned was that you learn obedience by the things you're suffering. Once you learn obedience, is suffering still required? No. Well, what do you mean by obedience? I mean getting into alignment. Getting into alignment and getting lined up and vibrationally resonant with divinity, God, the source field, ultimate consciousness, whatever you think, whatever terms you choose to use with that thing about love, which does exist. That phrase, God is love, not just a fairy story. You may have heard stuff, you may have believed stuff. Each of us has a unique set of references, and we draw on them and we think what we think based on our references, and we're not wrong. I told you at the beginning, you're right. However, you can revise that upward, happier, healthier, wealthier, more productive, etc., more love, better relationships, pick something, by incrementally changing what you think. The practice of gratitude is tremendously important and useful and helpful. You get yourself in a vibration of gratitude. You're also in the appreciation, which is very close to love, which is right here at the top of the scale. Anyway, to do this incrementally. So back to what I was saying before, experiences. Do what resonates with you. Do what helps you be joyful. Do what you enjoy. Well, I can't do that because I'm told I have to put everybody else first. You've been told that. How's that working for you? Well, it's working pretty good. Good. Would you like better? Would you perceive and conceive and possibly even consider that things can get better? I promise you they can, and they will if you'll allow them. Because that God is love idea, that idea that I'm a child of the Most High, or however you want to phrase it, I'm an offspring of divinity, I'm an individual manifestation of the divine, whatever words you want to put on it. The point there is, if our Father is loving and holy and owns everything, the silver is mine, the gold is mine, the cattle on 1,000 hills, and you're my child, so you stand and inherit all that kind of stuff, then should we spend our time worrying about stuff? No, fear not ye. Stop worrying. Worrying is a prayer for something bad to happen in the future. Just stop doing. Well, that's easy for you to say. No, it's not easy for me to say. I've worked my little tail feathers off to get to where I am. And I'm telling you, you can do the same thing. Didn't say this is easy. It is very simple, but it's not easy. Fear not ye. Okay, so have yourself an experience. Have a Skype session with me. Okay, it's cheap, well worth the life changes. Do what makes you happy. and think on purpose. Begin with a practice of gratitude. Begin being grateful on purpose. Well, I don't have all that much to be grateful for. Then stop, revise. You can recontextualize. Are you able to view this video? Are you able to hear me? Do you know there's got about a gazillion people who don't and can't? Do you have 2 arms, 2 legs? That's great. What if you don't have your legs? What if you can't walk? Well, can you breathe? Yeah. Can you talk? Yeah. Let's stop defining ourselves by our limitations and begin understanding that all things are possible. You do prove yourselves right. We all do, and we all will. And we can prove ourselves right that we have a better life than we used to by deciding to begin thinking that way. A lot more is available, and it's absolutely free at iwantjoy.com, iwantmiracles.com, miraclesforbeginners.com, the websites and so forth. Read the stuff. Take a little bit of time. But I wanted to get a video out because people these days, life is frantic. Things are moving so fast. I don't have time to read. Well, you have time to hear this video. And you have time to set aside for yourself some you time every day. Look at my video on meditation, okay, and do that because it will help you. And we can all get better. And I get better when you get better. A Course in Miracles says you can't harm but yourself. You can't help but yourself. So guess why I'm putting this video out? Because I want to help me. Okay? I love you, and I hope you enjoyed it. And check out the videos. Check out the website. Take care of you. Love yourself. You're important, and you matter. Everything matters, and you can have better. Fill in the blank. Everything. Bye-bye.